how hard are you working? I don't know. If you're working 12 hours a day, I feel like you could work 17 if you want. Like when I opened the door for a woman at McDonald's, I'll never forget this, in North Brunswick, when I opened the door for this woman when I was like 8 and like was just being polite, and like she treated it as if I won the Nobel Peace Prize. So she went ballistic, over the top on me being kind and empathetic and respectful, and so that was huge. The other thing she did was she never did that though when it was an actual life thing. So like when my baseball team lost, my baseball team lost. When I got D's and F's on my report card, even though she knew I was gonna be successful, she punished me. So she didn't give out 8th place trophies in a world where that would be the way the world worked, right? But she just genuinely made me feel like I was unstoppable and like was capable of anything that I wanted to do, and she believed it and she instilled it constantly. It was constant offense, right? And so I just think that you need to look at your 3 kids, you need to audit them, you need to figure out what they're strong at, and you need to make 98% of the conversation around the things that they're strong at.
Confidence is something that we all need to be successful. So when you are down, what can you do to get yourself back into the right mindset? Doing small things for other people can make a big difference in their lives. It's a good idea to reward yourself for the actual successes you may have in your life. The other side of this means that you can't allow yourself to skip past the failures or the minutia that distract you. There are benefits to succeeding and downsides for failing. Audit yourself and identify what it is that you are good at and focus in on it. Don't bother concentrating on anything else because it won't help you get ahead in the long run. Stop feeling sorry for yourself and start hustling. If you truly want something badly enough, you will make the time you need to make it happen. Don't tell yourself you can't do it or you don't have time, because the reality is that you can and you do. You can't teach entrepreneurship. Focus on what you know you are good at and don't allow the perception of what you should be doing to change your mind. Everybody lies to themselves. We all want to be something, but you have to be real with who you actually are. You may have to struggle early on. Those struggles will serve to help you with everything else you want to do later on. Listen to what others say to you and be empathetic towards them. Building a real business isn't much different than building yourself. Know that you can do it and gain the confidence you need to make it happen.
Stop crying and just keep hustling. Hustle is the most important word ever, and that's what you need to do. You need to work so hard. Guys, we're building businesses here. This isn't about parties. We're building businesses. I used to work in a liquor store from 7 in the morning to 10 at night for 7 straight years, and the only days off I took were to watch the New York Jets. And you know what that did? It made me throw up on myself, so that wasn't a vacation. I don't want to hear about this job thing, right? 9 to 5, I don't have time. If you want this, if you're miserable, or if you don't like it, or you want to do something else and you have a passion somewhere else, work 9 to 5, spend a couple hours with your family. 7 to 2 in the morning is plenty of time to do damage. But that's it. It's not gonna happen any other way. You're not gonna make stickers and give out swag and everybody's gonna give a shit about your site. I mean, you start building your equity and your brand and whatever you're trying to accomplish after hours. Everybody has time. Stop watching. Let's start with this. I fully 100,000% with no hedge do not believe that you can teach entrepreneurship, right? So that's awkward. What I mean by that is that, you know, it's crazy for me that that word is now considered like cool and good. Like when I was your age 20 years ago, that was figuring it out, right? So watching what's happening to the world right now, where this has become a hot topic, is interesting to me, and like I'm super pumped that people now value that in a different way than they did the way. I mean, I grew up a DNF student, right? And the reason I grew up a DNF student was I was unable to sit in a room like this and listen to whoever was sitting up here because all I wanted to do was sell shit, right? And so that's all I've ever known. I've had no other gear. Somewhere around 4th grade when I got an F on a science test, I literally like that day was like, yeah, that makes sense to me because I don't give a, like that's not who I am. I think if there was anything I could do, that would be awesome for you guys to make the most money I could make, I would create a test or a drug that allowed people to become self-aware. I think the number one thing that I could tell you, because I'm desperate to bring value since I'm here, is I think everybody lies to themselves. And I think all of you want certain things to be happening with you. You want yourself to be something. And I think what you need to do more of, and if I can give you, clearly I'm coming out the gate with my best piece of advice. I really do think, you have to audit who you actually are. I was good, fine, but then my dad eventually bought a liquor store and he dragged me into the liquor store when I was 14. I started making $2 an hour, bagging ice. This was huge for me. If I didn't have that transition, all the money I was making as a young kid, it came so easy because I was naturally talented. I think not having that struggle of losing all that because my dad forced me to work in the store and making $20 a day, that really helped me. And I learned a lot in that liquor store. Most of all, what I learned was to watch people. Today, after this talk, I will go to the airport and on my flight, I will literally read most of the comments on Twitter, on Instagram, your DMs. I will read them and I'll read them to understand, was there anything I said in this hour that stood out, that didn't hit, that did hit? I learned that watching people, and more importantly, understanding people, and most importantly, being empathetic to people was the best way to build a real business.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more content.